Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. In this video I would like to talk about strategy on fighting Fatalis, the Black Dragon, for the first time player encounter Fatalis. This is the basic common strategy on dealing Fatalis, and will work if you follow the steps of strategy. Before we begin, be sure to click like and subscribe to support my channel, and comment if you have any idea on handling Fatalis for the first time. So let's continue with the video. So basically, Fatalis is the end game monster, and most monster hunters' dream is to have the full set of armors and weapons of Fatalis, as it helps an easier hunt for all monster included Fatalis himself, hence closing the chapter of story mode of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. To start off, players or hunters need to understand that Fatalis consists of 3 phases throughout the whole quest on hunting it. Phase 1, where Fatalis will crawl and sit. Phase 2, started to fly. And Phase 3, Fatalis will pin his enemies. In this hunting quest, players need to focus when hunting Fatalis, or players will end up fainted, as Fatalis deals big damage in every hit that can possibly one-shot a players. For the first time encounter Fatalis, which done on special assignment, players will have a cutscene which meets Fatalis eye to eye with NPC, a non-playable character. In this phase, players cannot fire SOS flare or get any kind of help, and the only help players can get is from NPC, and players need to do this first phase alone, and deals a good damage to Fatalis to moves to second phase. However, for players already done special assignment, players will have to do an event quest. For this quest, player can play with friends or fire SOS flare for backup, and players spawn in camp first before fighting Fatalis. We start off by checking Fatalis surrounding on first phase, with here is a ballista and a ballista ammo. And here is the hiding spot for players to hide from Fatalis Nova after the first phase finish, and a gate that blocks the Dragonator. And here is also a cannon for players to operate, to knock Fatalis down if players wanted, but be extra careful when operating it, as Fatalis will focus on players who operates artilleries. During first phase, Fatalis will attack with 2 types of movement, which is crawl and sit, and will continue until the end, as it is the main movements for Fatalis. For further details about this 2 movement, you can click the link on the description, as I will describe all Fatalis moveset on the next YouTube videos. On to Phase 2 for special assignment. Players will have a cutscene again, like this cutscene, sorry for the spoilers, that ensure players are secured on first phase with Fatalis, with done Fatalis Nova when his health point is down to 78%. Therefore, players need to deal a good damage to drop Fatalis health point up to 78% on first phase to proceed to second phase, so that players are available to fire SOS flare to called for backup to help fighting Fatalis until the end. And from this phase, players also need to shelter behind the steel shield on the right side of arena to avoid the Fatalis Nova. From this, Fatalis helps opening a bigger side arena for players to play with all the artilleries given to deals a good damage to Fatalis. Proceed with Fatalis surrounding for Phase 2, and also Phase 3 with the one-shot binder to bind Fatalis. Is located behind the steel shield, and moving upward, there is a cannon. Here are the barricade lever for barricading yourself when Fatalis doing the Fatalis Nova again after finish Phase 2. Dragonator handle location for Dragonator. On the left side of Arena, there is also a Ballista with Ballista ammo and another one-shot binder. Here is the Ballista from the first phase, but cannon on first phase is destroyed. Introducing also roaming Ballista near the right side of Arena, where the place for hideout on Steel Shield during first phase. Dragonator, which can be operated on third phase. And so that's about it on the surrounding, and move along to Fatalist, introducing the new movement on phase 2, which is flying. Upon entering Phase 3, either Special Assignment or Event Quest, both are the same. Players will have to retreat to the fort and use the barricade to barricade themselves from Fatalist Nova, the second. From here, Fatalist health point is reduced to 50% when Fatalists do the second Nova.
Something's happening to it! Another gigantic flame! Head for Fatalis' position!
And Fatalist will keep doing the Fatalist Nova on third phase with 3 times the Nova. The third Nova done when Fatalist health point reduced to 38%. Fourth Nova is on 20%, and fifth Nova is on 5% of Fatalist health point.
Another gigantic flame! Head for Fatalis' position!
From here, players need to move closer to Fatalist to avoid getting hit by the Nova.
Dragonator ready for use!
Keep in mind, before entering Phase 3, players need to destroy the Fatalist head at least one time to avoid Fatalist firing a blue flame, which can cause one-shot fainted. Breaking Fatalist head once will weaken the attacks in the third phase. Breaking it twice will reduce the damage even more, back to the same damage from Phase 1 and 2. Here is the example of Blue Flame Fatalist on Phase 3. And as you can see here, all types of Fatalist moveset fire, burning Blue Flame, which can cause fatal to players. Well, here, I'm showing proof that the blue flame can one-shot you to fainted. As you can see here, you are given time limit of 30 minutes to finish the quest. So it is very critical to hit and deals damage to Fatalist more, or you will run out of times. And so here are the steps to ensure your damage is secured on dealing damage to Fatalist. For the first step, players need to wound the head and body. And from here, these are the weapons that can wound Fatalist one time. Look at the weapon's logo below and understand the weapon's wounding mechanic. And here are the list of weapons that should do twice to wound, as the first drop slinger ammo and the second will wound the monster. Move on to the next step, the second step, which after players wound the Fatalist, wait for Fatalist to drop down to crawl position and start to shot wall the Fatalist, and players can see when Fatalist is shot to wall, it will receive a big damage. However, players also can shot to wall Fatalist when in sitting position. Do it 2 times as the first drop Fatalist to crawl position with less damage, and as you can see here is below 1k damage. And the second wall shot is the same as the crawl wall shot with a big damage. And as you can see here, the damage is above 1k. So basically, what players need to do when seeing Fatalist is to combo the first and second step, always, throughout the whole quest. Always observed onto Fatalist hide, either it's already thickened or not, and look onto Fatalist eyes to ensure a wall shot. Do not underestimate on the wall shot, as it helps player dealing damage and finish the quest before reaching 30 minutes. Let's move on to the third step, is players need to analyze the Fatalist movement. In this video can only describe a few of Fatalist movement. If players need to know more about the complete Fatalist movement and how to counter it, click the link on description below. Start off by hitting Fatalist body on crawl position when Fatalist is doing swinging flamethrowers and any kind of major movement for crawl position for phase 1 and 2. Be sure also when see an opening to hit Fatalist head. Just do it, until Fatalist get knockback up from crawl to sit position. This ensure players are dealing good damage to Fatalist. Move on to the third phase in crawl position, where Fatalist will do the 360-degree rotating flame. Players need to stay close to the body of Fatalist and be sure to position yourself opposite from Fatalist head, so players don't get hit by the flame. Going onto the sit position of Fatalist during first phase and second phase, players need to be careful not to play so much near to the body, or Fatalist will downward burn players to get carted to camp. I understand some people need to do damage on Fatalist body to knock Fatalist to crawl position so they can hit the head, and also need constantly deal damage to ensure the quest is not times up. Be patient and try to get a good opening when hitting Fatalist during sitting position. Your opening here right now is hitting Fatalist body when it does the tail swing. Players is safe to hit Fatalist body during its zigzag flame, but be sure to avoid it first before hitting the body. From here, as you can see, Fatalist will do the downward burn when someone is so near to his body. Also, be extra careful on dealing Fatalist during sit position, as you would not know when Fatalist will drop down or its body is broken. When it does, you will get knocked down just like this video. And after that, you fainted when Fatalist aimed you. Now let's move along to third phase on sitting position of Fatalist. You are almost there, players, when Fatalist is sitting on third stage, as it is easier for you to handle. But be sure to break the head once for it to call easier. The opening you can get player is when Fatalist is doing a charge fireball when he is agitate, red eyes. It will blast 3 charge fireball, and the safest place for you is near its body, and just keep mass attacking the body while he do that charge fireball. Just watch the video of how it's done. Next, Fatalist will do side-to-side burn, so players need to see the head and follow closely to its body and stand a little opposite where the head is facing. Players can do damage on these movements of Fatalist too. Just watch the video of how it's done. When you analyzed Fatalist movement, you can definitely killed Fatalist just before it reached 30 minutes max. This scene right now is where I do it accordingly follow the steps. For side info, when Fatalist is knocked down to the ground, try to take your chances by hitting its head. Who knows, it can probably break same like this video scene.
Its head is completely broken. Its flame attack should be much weaker.
And finally, for the final steps, which is step 4, try to bait the cone-shaped flame. This cone-shaped flame can only be done during Fatalist sitting position. For further info, you can also click the link of the description below to know more about the movement. So basically, this cone-shaped flame helps player to achieve hitting Fatalist head, as Fatalist head is down to the ground for a long period of time. Therefore, it is super important to do this baiting as it can deal so much damage on Fatalist head. For players to do the baiting is stay not too far away from Fatalist, just enough until the screen can see the whole Fatalist head to toe. Keep evading any Fatalist fireball and fire sweeps. Once fire sweep's done, it is the signal for Fatalist to do the cone-shaped flame. Therefore, be prepared to move near to Fatalist. If you are still confused when it will do the flame, you can see the angle of camera changing, so that is also the signal for you to move near to Fatalist and hit its head. And if you are lucky, Fatalist will do the cone-shaped flame up to 4 times, same like this video scene. Keep on doing the baiting and eventually its head will finally break. Here are some short videos of breaking heads after the baiting cone-shaped flame.
Its head is completely broken. Its flame attack should be much weaker. Its head is completely broken. Its flame attack should be much weaker.
Put yourself a notice when dealing damage on its head due to the baiting. Don't get overexcited, as after the cone-shaped flame is finished, Fatalist will leave a mark of plant bomb which detonates if you, player, not evade on time after the hitting. You will definitely get hit by the bomb. So be precise and careful when hitting the Fatalist head. Complete yourself by doing all this 4-step by starting with the combo of first and second step after you touch down from camp for event quest, and straight do the combo for special assignment quest. Extra tips: always wear a temporal mantle when you try to wound Fatalist to avoid getting easily knocked back by fireball or any kind of flame Fatalist done. From here, as you can see, I do not claw Fatalist head down first. I'll wait for Fatalist itself to drop down. Therefore, while waiting that, I will continue do the step 3 or step 4 to deal a good damage to Fatalist. If you are playing with multiplayers but not a solo run, bear in mind, Fatalist health point is also increasing. So by having cannon plays by your side can help deals good damage to Fatalist too. Players need to deal at least 3,000 damage to Fatalis to knock Fatalis down using artilleries. When Fatalis is down, it gives an opening for all players to hit its head, so the head can break before reaching 3rd phase. Bear in mind, Fatalis' 3rd phase is dangerous if the head was not broken, as it fires a blue flame, which anyone can straight away faint if get hit by it. Therefore, knocking Fatalis down on 1st phase with cannon siege helps a lot, as it deals a good damage, plus giving room for all players to hit its head. Do not forget to equip yourself with heavy artillery skills to ensure Fatalis can be knocked down. If not, the cannon deals less than 3,000 damage, hence Fatalis will not get knocked down. For further explanation, you can check at the link in the description below. Strategy after entering Phase 2, which is after Fatalist Nova the First, you should use smoke bombs near the roaming ballista, and be sure Fatalist doesn't see you in sight. After that, fire the roaming ballista until Fatalist get knocked down. Then, straight go for its head. You can also use Smoke Bomb near Roaming Ballista after reaching Phase 2, and fires the Roaming Ballista without Fatalis noticing you until Fatalis knocked down.
Roaming ballista and barricade now operational.
Use the weapons around the corner, not that Fatalis.
And also be careful when firing a Roaming Ballista. Be sure to keep moving around when Fatalists see you, because Fatalist can bait with a pretending knockdown and fireball you. The next one is Fatalist introduces its flying movement when in Phase 2. Be ready when you see Fatalist started to fly. Use the Smoke Bomb to stop its flying movement as it can't see its enemy whereabouts, so it stopped flying. The way to do the Smoke Bomb is by predicting the Fatalist fly movement that almost over and use the Smoke Bomb. Don't do when the movement already started. Do it before started or almost finish the one fly attacking movements. The last phase is where you need to be ready with a one-shot binder, just in case the head is still not broken yet. One-shot binder Fatalist and keep aiming its head, and soon will probably break also. Some players on SOS, I see they just abandon the quest when they see the head is not broken when reaching third phase. You should not give up and use all the 2 binders given to stop Fatalist movement for a while, and last chance on getting the head broken. It will be broken.
Something's happening to it! Some of its head is broken. Flame power slightly mitigated.
For solo gaming, I would take the one-shot binder on Phase 2 and just keep it prepared ready for Phase 3. Upon entering Phase 3, I will do both binders to keep Fatalist pinned down. Watch the videos of how I would do it.
Something's happening to it.
I would keep its head on a high ground cracks as you can see it there, so I can hit his head easily with the high ground advantages. And finally, the most high burst damage that can help to end Fatalist faster is by using a Dragonator. Dragonator will be ready on Phase 3, but time is depending. Just pay extra attention when your handler is saying, Dragonator is ready to use. So it means the Dragonator is ready. Each head of the Dragonator will deal damage equivalent to 5% of Fatalist's total health, and do take note that the Dragonator hitbox is much bigger than it looks. Therefore, I always do the Dragonator on the ending scene just to one-shot kill Fatalist. How to do it? It's easy. After the 5th Nova, just hit a 4 to 5 times, or you can see the skull's logo appear on the map at Fatalist, and then go to Dragonator to just kill it instantly. If, let's say, players could not see the skull logo on the map icon, players can just rush to Dragonator and use the Dragonator after the 5th Fatalis Nova to instant kill Fatalis. For this, players just need to remind themselves on how many Nova did Fatalis actually done to ensure the killing of Fatalis 100% after pulling the Dragonator handle. Be sure to pull it after the 5th Fatalis Nova to ensure the 100% instant kill on Fatalis. So that's it for these video. Hope you guys enjoy the video tutorial. If any improvements need to be done, you guys can comment into the comments section, and I will try my best to do the better videos. Thank you for watching. Happy huntings. May the Sapphire Star guide your way.